chipmunks, Mrs. Lansdell here. How are you all? I do miss seeing your smiling faces, but I figured it was time for me to read you another story. Have you been enjoying hearing Miss Jen and I reading you some books? We do hope so. Do you see who I've got next to me? Do you remember her name? That's right, it's Sophie. Do you remember she's quite elderly? She's about 17 or 18. Let's see if we can get a close-up of Sophie. There she is. She's here for story time. She's resting and she's taking it all in. So chipmunks, my book today, let's put it there and you can see Sophie. This is one of my favorite books and I thought, yes, I would like to read this one to you, and it's called Sally and the Purple Socks. Look at those purple socks. You see them up there? They look quite big purple socks, right? And what animal is this? Looks like it's a duck, right? And my author is Lizzie Bechtold. And because there's only one name on the top, we figured that she was the author, wrote the words, and also the illustrator. So let's see what happens with Sally and her purple socks. Here we go. Oh, look, I like this picture. So it looks like here are all the houses. And you see, look, there's a duck here and they've got a box in their hands and they're rushing into the house. Do you think maybe this might have the purple socks in it? Do you see the mailbox is opened? So it looks like they've just been to the mail and got the box out and they're rushing inside. Let's see what happens. Here's Sally. And it says, Sally could not wait to try on her new purple socks. Have you ever received a package, chipmunks, and you've been so excited you just tear into that box? I think that's what Sally's doing. She's so excited. But they were too small. Look at the size of them. They're not going to fit her little feet, are they? Then she saw a note. Once removed from the box, these socks will grow to the size ordered. Oops, said Sally. Did I tell them my size? She can't remember what size she told them her feet were, but if you look at the size of the socks, they're way too small for her feet. But it says they should grow to the size of her feet. So let's see what happens. But after some airing, the purple socks fit perfectly. So look, she's able to get them on. Look, it looks like she's ice skating. That looks like when we do one of our songs, do you remember, in our music and movement, and we have to ice skate? Looks like what Sally's doing. She cleaned the house in them and she relaxed in her lovely purple socks until, what's going to happen? Look at the socks, chipmunks. They look like they're a little bit too big now. How odd, said Sally. Now my socks are too big. Look at the size of them. It goes across both pages of the story. They've just grown. But they are so soft. She loves, do you see how she's putting it up against her cheek? They're so soft. So, Sally wore her soft purple scarf and cap while she gardened. So look, she's decided that because it's so long, she can wrap them over her head and round her neck for a scarf, and she can go out gardening. But when she came in, what's going to have happened? Oh dear, quacked Sally. Still, they are so cozy. What's happened, chipmunks? Do you see how big the socks have become? They're so big. By lunchtime, look where Sally's had to put the socks now. They're curtains over the window. There's no way they'd fit on her little feet. Way too big. Sally grumbled. Oh, this really ruffles my feathers. She is not a happy duck. She wanted those socks on her feet. And it's not working. Look how much they're growing as she's sitting down. The curtains, the socks are getting even bigger. But, they're so warm. Sally's going up the stairs. Where do you think she's taking her blanket? That's right. I think she might be going to her bed. Let's see. Oh, I was right. Look. And you were right. Sally napped under her warm purple blankets. Do you see? She's napping and it's so comfy. I bet you have a warm blanket, chipmunks, that you like to snuggle under. But when she woke up, now this has got to stop, quacked Sally. Look, the only part of Sally we can see are her feet, her little webbed feet. Sally is totally covered by that blanket. It's got so big. Sally spent the rest of the day moving furniture. Look how big that pair of socks has become. It keeps growing and growing. So she's moving all this furniture. I wonder why she's moving all this furniture. She's moving it out of the way. That night, she was so tired, she slept on her luxurious purple carpet. Luxurious just means so soft and just feels so soft against her body. Look at the size of it. It's all over her house. Remember that started as a little small pair of socks? Now it's a huge carpet. Early the next morning, she awoke to honking horns. "My socks," she cried. Uh-oh, what's happened to the socks? Do you see the socks have grown out of the window? And they've come down onto the street. And who's trying to get through the street? All these cars, and they are not happy, so they're on their horn. Honk, honk. "Your socks are blocking traffic," hollered the neighbours. If you holler, you're yelling loudly. So Sally hauled her socks into the backyard and invited all her neighbours to a circus, and everyone came. Look, the socks are so big now, they're big enough to make a tent. So here's the entrance, here's Sally, and she's inviting all her friends to come into the tent. Oh, you know how Mrs. Lansdell likes pages with no words? Look at this, you can see all the activities happening in the circus. Look, there's a lion jumping through a big drum. And is that Sally on the tightrope? I think it is. And there's different animals. Oh, look, they're doing the trapeze. They're jumping off from one to the other. Oh my goodness, that looks fun. When suddenly it began to rain. Uh-oh. Make a prediction, chipmunks. What do you think will happen when the rain comes? Do you think it might do something to Sally's purple socks? Let's see. Uh-oh, it rained and it rained. What's happening to Sally's socks? Look at the size of them now. The tent's fallen down because they're not big enough to hold up a tent. And it rained and it rained. Look at the rain, and look what's happening to the socks. They're getting smaller and smaller. Look, they're back on Sally's feet. Until Sally's lovely, soft, cozy, warm, luxurious purple socks fit perfectly again. How do you think Sally feels? Look at her face. She's so happy. I think she enjoyed having the socks grow a little bit, but I think she's happy to have them so they fit on her feet again. Just in time for the first snow. Do you see the snow coming in through the window, chipmunks? And look, Sally's sat there in her chair with her purple socks on, and she's warming her feet by the fire. I like that story, chipmunks. That's called Sally and the Purple Socks. They got so big, didn't they? I don't think our weather was like that today, was it? We had such lovely warm weather. Were you able to go out and about, chipmunks? Mrs. Lansdell went on a lovely long walk. I hope you did too. Keep watching out for videos that Miss Jen and I post. We'll be reading stories. Did you see the video Miss Jen posted of the tadpoles in her pond? I'm so excited to watch those hatch, and maybe we'll see some frogs in Miss Jen's pond. Stay safe, chipmunks. Have lots of fun, and we'll see you soon. Bye, chipmunks.